My names are Sholesi Mufta Olaiwola. I'm a quantity surveyor by profession, also known as a project cost consultant. We take our route from Luke chapter 14. It says, if someone wants to build a tower, won't he first of all sit down and estimate the cost if he has enough money to finish it? What we do is basically cost management of projects. Before you can embark on a project, it is very important for such a man to know to first of all sit down and count the cost. Part of what I do or what we do in quantity surveying is to monitor your project from the inception, from the beginning to the end. And what we monitor basically is the cost. A quantity surveyor is much more involved in building projects, heavy engineering projects, industrial, civil projects. Then these days we have quantity surveying in so many aspects of field because every aspect of field involves cost management. And so we are involved in building, infrastructure, heavy engineering, and anything project that involves cost. You need a cost manager to handle the cost from the inception to completion. It is very important for me as a quantity surveyor to be on site because we have projects are in two phases. We have the pre-contract and the post-contract. The pre-contract is the one you do in the office where you sit down with the drawings to calculate exactly how much it's going to cost you to do every section or every aspect of work. Now the post-contract has to do with site supervision and monitoring to make sure that what you have done on site in the office has been transferred or is exactly what they are doing on site, so that in the case of payment you'll be able to ascertain what the contractor has done the next stage of work. So coming to site basically is to come and see how far the contractor has gone, if he's working based on the drawings which was issued to him by the architect, because the drawing was the basis of my own calculation for the exact cost that he's going to use in finishing the project. So I need to see if he's working based on the drawing and how far he has gone so that I can determine the next payment. You know, payment can be done in two ways. It can be a milestone payment, as in you finish this aspect of work, then you pay for the next stage, or it can be a valuation payment, which can be either monthly or bi-monthly. And in doing that, you have to come to site to ascertain what he has done and exactly how much the man is due to, so that we pay him the right cost or the right money for what he has done, so that he can move to the next phase of work.
The quantity surveyor come in to ensure that the cash flow is being prepared for the client and monitor the cost, which he has given us an advice on initially. He advised me on the cost at every stages of construction. He monitors the materials that are specified in the bill of quantity, and at various points we call him for valuation. He comes in and be able to do some valuation, quantify the work done by every contractor so that we can ascertain money. We can be sure of the actual money that is due for that contractor. And as a result, he prepared the program of work as well and the cash flow, advising the project manager at various points in time, you have to pay your contractors also amount of money so that during the duration of the contract, there is no shortage of money.
We are builders on the site. We are not really building engineers or the civil engineers. They do their design, and we are here to actually transform what they have done and to make sure the contractors are constructing the job to specification and the drawings. And once that is done, the quantity surveyors who are in charge of the post-contract job, they come in and check. And once we agree that the job is properly done, they have to come up with the evaluation to pay the contractors, either interim valuation or milestone valuation, as the case may be, to pay the contractors so that the job can go on.
A quantity surveyor is very important in my own field. You need them so that you won't overshoot cost. You need a quantity surveyor to get the cost, you give them the drawing. After getting the drawing, they have to just give you the cost of the road. So at the end of the day, you won't overshoot the cost.
Started my career, my profession, quant surveying from Lagos State Polytechnic. I had my HND in quant surveying. From there, after my service, because quant surveying involved cost management, so I moved into Lagos State University to do my master's in finance management. And from there, I'm a qualified quant surveyor, a corporate member of Nigerian Institute of Quant Surveyor. If you are interested in being a quant surveyor, or you need to have, it's basic in your WAEC exam, is the basic thing, that's the maths, your English, your physics or chemistry, then economics, biology, about 5 credits. And we have it in so many schools, we have it in so many universities and in polytechnics. In polytechnic, you do 2 years ND, your service, and your 2 years HND before you go for your service. Then in university, it's straight 5 years. After graduating, maybe from your polytechnic, let me start from polytechnic. After your HND and your NYSC, the path to being a corporate member, it's for HND students, you do graduateship exam. Then from graduate exam, you move into your test of professional, you move to your TPC, we call it test of professional competence, because for you to become a qualified quant surveyor, we need to test you if you are competent enough professional-wise. Before then, after your higher institution, you can join any practicing firm. You can be in a construction company, you can be in a consultancy company, or you can be in banks. We have quant surveying in banks, you have them in oil companies, you have them everywhere. You have them everywhere. So from that place, you start your career, and professional exam-wise, you do your professional exams and become a corporate member of the institute. The challenges are quite much, because quant surveying, it's a respected profession. It's an enviable profession, and it's a profession that involves you handling not just millions of naira, billions of naira. So it involves great integrity.